Welcome to Outside the Business Boxes podcast, where we're talking about how to ignite your business with systems, mindset, upgrades, pivoting for the future, and of course, marketing. I am your host, Chad Murray. Let's do this. Thanks for coming to my podcast. I am Chad Murray, your hostess with the mostest here at Outside the Business Box, marketing and business coaching now. Yes, it has been a journey. 2022 wrapped up, then 23 started. And I got to tell you, as I've podcasted before, I've been trying to get consistent and haven't been able to because select sports. I posted it on my Facebook the other day. You know, it's like these select sports, man, they're real. I mean, you got a lot of time that you got to take into effect. And when I recorded my podcast for, now I'm going on my fourth year. The last 6 months has been a challenge because volleyball tournaments have been going on at the same time I always record. So I haven't been consistent. I apologize. I am back. Volleyball is over with. So not just that, but I'm going to make sure that when volleyball restarts up, that I will keep my time and keep my commitment to my people, which is you. I appreciate you guys listening. So let's give you a little bit of, what's going on today. So our agenda today, as you saw the name of it, is Ted Lasso, 12 Leadership Lessons. This is something that I love this show. I love him, where I'm like very similar, but like so different, but so similar where I've had anxieties like he does, not like that anymore, but I have had that before. And I just something about this show that I really enjoyed. I feel good watching it. And there's a lot of stuff, the way he coaches, which is super similar to running a business. I mean, leadership, and whether you're a coach of a sports team or you're a business owner coaching your people, it all matters. And it all is the same principle. And that's why I always said that, if you are a good business leader, you could always be a good coach. So anyway, we're going to be going through that. So first, I'm going to kind of run through, just kind of give you a little personal update about some things. What has Chad been doing? And so, I mean, for one thing, Master Services, we hired a COO. Thank you, Kent Wesley. He helped me seek out and find a guy that's actually taking businesses up and over the 10 million mark. Actually, he's succeeded in getting through my CEO that I just hired. He's got 1 week in, and he's learning our company, as we say. He's going to be hopefully taking us to the 15 to $20 million mark. And so he's done it with other businesses. So I don't know why couldn't do it with me. So hopefully as we go, I'll be able to share some of the updates that Master Services is doing on how to really scale a business beyond the 5 million mark. So, okay. Also, my cabin got done in the last month. Oh, wow. You have no idea what's on, how something stupid like that, which is just, it's just a life thing that you're trying to accomplish, right? You get it to a certain place. And I got it, like the interior is 99% done. So it feels like a home now. I mean, it had wood floors before. I mean, not wood floor. It had like panel floors, was just still needed the wood flooring to put on top. The walls weren't done. The lighting wasn't done. We had AC and we have electrical there, and we have actually dug a water well. And all that, but we got it to where it's done. I went and bought furniture for it. And if you go to my timeline on Facebook, you'll see that I posted, and I got a lot of people saying this looks like a model home. And we did good. So, I mean, I'm really excited about that. My family, my kids, my adult kids are outstanding. My younger kids are doing great in school and having fun. My college daughter's fixing to end her first year of college, coming back. She did the sorority thing, bringing home a boyfriend now. We've met him. We really like him. All this kind of stuff. So anyway, my anxiety's gone. My digital marketing company is booming. I can't wait to share more with that. I mean, it's a pivot that I've done from coaching. I'm still coaching. I've been advertising. I'm not coaching. I'm going to put it out there. If you're the right company, I will coach you. But I'm now super picky because I now have this source of income, from the digital marketing, that I don't have to just coach anybody. I tried to always be, try to help as many people as I could. And the fact of the matter is I needed the right people to coach. And so I like coaching a certain demographic, and they got to be the right type of person. that's going to implement, and I'm an implementer, and that's what I need. So I am still coaching. So if you are, and I don't care what business you're in, if you're ready to do the work and not make excuses that you're too busy and whatever else happens, I can be there for you, and we can grow your business and scale it at least to the 5 million. But hopefully, as you start coming to my wheelhouse of coaching, that I'm learning how to take a business to 10 million and then 15 and then 20. And so anyway, if that's your goals, it's something that I'm learning to do myself. So, all right. I do have some bad news, some prayers. I got a neighbor child of mine, a friend of ours. He was born with a heart defect. He went and is now running around in heaven. Little shout out to their family. Very sweet little kid. But I do a little prayer. So everybody say a little prayer for that family. Hey, you don't have to pray for the kid. Kid's in heaven. Pray for the family. They're going to miss him. And so, but life. So let's bring it back to life. That kid, that little boy, helped me while he was dying. I mean, think of what life really is about. This is a business podcast and a marketing podcast, but stop. Why are you even listening to this? Because you want to better your life. You want to better your business for your own personal life and for your employees' lives and your customers' lives. But really, we want to better our people's lives. Anyone around us. It doesn't have to just be about your business. I want to be a better person, and I want to do that. And when you look at like my neighbor, that family, so sweet. It's unbelievable what they've gone through. And yet they were humble enough to talk to me a little bit about our pool and stuff after he died. And it's just like, how do you live? How are you living? I didn't ask that, but it's like, wow. So you bring it back to your life. It's like, really? What is life about? When you have something like that going on next door and you're like in your own head, like, what am I going to do with my business? My employees suck and my marketing is not working. And, I can't grow my business. Okay. Really? You can do all of those things if you try. You're in your own way. So we're going to talk about how you're not going to be in your way. What are 6 lessons coming from you right now? We're going to start right now. Actually, before we start, let's do a little shout out, a little commercial. Okay, I became a donator. I'm not going to say how much. I'm just going to say I became a donator of Warrior Horse, Kevin Russell. If you're not donating to Kevin Russell and you are looking for a good charity to finally give a little shout out and business to, or a little of your charity to, go ahead and contact Warrior Horse. It's at warriorhorse.com, I believe, and give them some money. He helps suicide anyone. He used to start it out with veterans, but now it's anybody. If you know somebody who's about to be suicidal or something like that, or just needs tremendous, like is in a big dark hole, well, they'll take you to Warrior Horse if they fit the criteria, and they'll pair you up with a horse and make this week or weekend with you. And for some reason, these horses and them, with Kevin's amazing personality, gets people through things. And so it's amazing. So go ahead, get out your wallets, look up Warrior Horse. Okay. And I have one more announcement before I get into the Ted Lasso's 12 amazing life lessons that you should live by, is my book is ready. It's done. I'm waiting for the illustrator to get it out. And so to get me the final copy of the back end, I already got the cover done. It's called Operation Entrepreneur Freedom. It is my entrepreneurial life story of the do's, mostly don'ts, and the accidentally did rights that I did to build my business and some other little businesses that I've done. But it takes me from when I started as a kid, super entrepreneurial, and through my military into starting master services, a little bit of restaurant work before that, and some other little businesses that I did, and a lot of life lessons that'll help. I hope to help everybody else out, and ending the book with my marketing career that I've started now and helping coaching. And so I pray that, this helps as many people to not make the mistakes that I do, because let's face it, who wants to go through what I went through to get to $5 million a year? It was fun hell, a lot of good fun, but a lot of bad hell. So anyway, okay, let's get to the segment of what the show is about today. Ted Lasso's Leadership Lessons. So there's 12 of them. I do love this show. It is, it warms my heart to watch somebody lead these people. It's funny. So if you don't know who Ted Lasso is, it's on Apple. It's a soccer show. It's a funny premise where the Premier League in England, which is like the NFL of soccer, one of the Premier League's owners, they get a divorce. So it's the wife and the husband. The wife wins the team of the divorce. Well, it was her husband's passion, this team. So it starts out where she wants to tank the team. And so what does she do? She goes over to the United States, and this guy named Ted Lasso, who coached this small football team in the NCAA and won the whole national championship out of nowhere his first year. And she hires him to come over with knowing nothing about soccer to coach the team. And it's pretty funny to go on there. But if you get to know Ted is non-confrontational, very leadership orientated, how to make people tick and how to make them work without having to yell at them, degrade them. He keeps the positive going, and I really love this. So we'll start off. There's 12 of these. We'll talk a little bit about each one as we go through it. And of course, I'm going to talk a lot about my life because it's my podcast. So here we go. Number 12. And I said this earlier when I was talking, about my neighbor and about where you want to be in life. Number 12, happiness is a choice. It's so funny how you hear people complain and bitch and moan about their lives, but it's a choice. They choose to bitch and moan about your life. You could choose to not bitch and moan about your life, and you could choose to change, but you don't. And so think about it. Next time you're having a bad day, just think about it's a choice to stop the bad day. Even when things are coming at you bad, it's a choice. How are you going to let it affect you? And that brings you to number 11. Be a goldfish. If you do something wrong, do not let it define you. Forget it. Like a goldfish within 10 seconds. So you have a bad day yesterday, don't let it affect tomorrow. Even if that bad day is continuing the next day, if you face it with happiness, I promise you, you'll get through it. Even if it is terrible, you'll get through it so much better. Number 10. This is one that, I have really, really done well with, and I've watched a lot of people struggle with this, and especially the smarter you get, the more you learn, and you keep growing as a person. But you know who's the most, people that really do the best are the people that stay teachable. Number 10, stay teachable. Why? Because, of course, nobody knows everything. People know a lot, but you don't get so wrapped up in yourself so much. Stay teachable. There are always a pivoting things to your life in business and in personal that will keep you to where you can learn something new that will rocket you to another level. Okay, 9. And I love this one because this has always been me. Optimists do more. They really do. Optimists do more. Okay. I have always taken my life and always wanted to be the optimist. Because in my life, I came from nothing and I always wanted more. So I was always optimistic that I could get it if I worked for it. That was always my thing. So, okay. Number 8, winning is an attitude. It's so funny. When I look at a lot of people and you can tell who's winning and do they talk about winning, and they're always winning. Why are they winning? Because they actually preach about winning. They talk about winning. Chuck Hall, winning. He's always talking about, I'm winning. And I don't know who coaches him to that effect, but he's got that winning attitude. Like, love him or hate him, doesn't matter. He's always talking about winning. And if you get to his own personal life, he wins. The SOB stopped smoking cigars for his health. He was my cigar buddy. Chuck, I'm proud of you. I'm mad of the situation that we can't smoke together anymore. But you know what? we can still chit chat and do what we do. So anyway, good for you, Chuck. You're still winning, and and everybody else keep that winning attitude. Number 7, this one's a big one. And I'll tell you why, because it's so easy to do something little to alter this. It's number 7, tell the truth. A lot of people will white lie, fib and stuff and make things up and say just little things just to bend it, just to be a little easier for people. Just tell the truth. It's so much easier on everybody, because if you get caught in these little white lies, whatever's happening to you, you diminished it. And so just be honest, because you know why? Number 6, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It's such a powerful statement. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. And a lot of people think number 10, stay teachable. Thinking everybody, that you got to act like you're not vulnerable, or you're vulnerable, or you're not vulnerable. Your strength is that I'm the smartest guy in the room. The funny thing is typically the smartest guy in the room is the guy asking all the questions, and the guy who will actually admit things when he's wrong, or vulnerabilities, or pivoting, and whatever, all that stuff, right? And so vulnerability, it is a strength, not a weakness. Okay. All right. So we're halfway through my list today. And so I have to take a little break. We have an announcement to make. I do. We're gearing this up for hopefully this summer for beta launching, and hopefully by the beginning of next year, full on launch. Justin Murray, my brother, Mark Stoner, my friend, and me have all been creating what's called Service Galaxy. It is one bigger than anything else out there for estimating. And it's a funny story how I got the name. When I went to look up, the king of all estimating programs is Service Titan. Well, I went literally, this is a funny story. I went and Googled what's bigger than a Titan, and it said Galaxy. So I named our system, our platform, Service Galaxy. It is. I asked Mark to be an investor in it. It's me and him and my brother. It's been a lot of me, but Mark has been tremendous in helping out with what we want in the program. But it's going to have scripting built in. We have what's called Aimer, and that's our Aimer is our dispatching routing system, to where the call center never has to look at a map, never even has to look at the calendar. It'll tell them the times. And you have 2 different options: first available or best scheduled for routing. So it doesn't, maybe you have something available today, but tomorrow you have a guy 6 blocks away from that customer. Well, if you click on Aimer, it's going to tell you to go tomorrow, because it's only 6 blocks away if it fits the right person to do it, versus today. If you want first available today, you want to jam someone in, you can. But my system, you'll be able to seek that out. We have a coaching thread in there. We have a lot of stuff into this program, and I'm not going to give it all away today, but what lacks in a lot of other programs. And so we are on it, and we hope to be beta. If you want to be part of the beta, go ahead and message me. And if you're a smaller company and you have time to test it out, we will definitely be helping and getting people into the program. And possibly anyone does beta things might just get a little reward, a little bit of a discount. So anyway, all right. We haven't even discussed that between the partners, so I overstepped my boundary there. All right, Ted Lasso. Number 5. Courage is about being willing to try. Courage is about being willing to try. Think about that. Willing to try. A lot of people are not willing. They want to stay at where they're at because it's comfortable. But the courage to step out of your shell, pivot, and go for it is courage. I have had a lot of courage, sometimes a little overwilling to try, but that's my nature. So yes, courage. I strongly advise anybody, even in their personal life to their business, to be willing to try, because being willing to try will get you further than you didn't know before. And that's where you really want to lead to, right? You don't know what you don't know, but you start knowing what you don't know when you start a courage path and willing to try. All right, number 4. I love this one. This kind of sounds like I probably said that to every one of these. So, number 4, see good in others. You know, I'm guilty of this. I'm good at this with people that are around me immediately, but I will tell you, I can be a negative Nancy, and I don't look at the good in others. I kind of look at the bad, and I've tried to shift that over the last couple of years. It almost died. I've tried to really be a better person all around, and try not to really tangle with the people's faults. Of course, I am talking about faults, you know, that not faults that are big faults. If some people are just assholes, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about people. Some people have just minor things, and I've probably focused a little bit on the minor things at times, a little too much. So see the good in others. Again, you see the kind of the feeling of all these 12 is that it's all about this doing of being a better person within and outward and showing it. And so, yeah, number 4, see good in others. All right, 3, all people are different people. It's an interesting one because, you know, nowadays, you know, we deal with the social media, we deal with, political stuff. We deal with, we got all this stuff going on with transgender people and this and that. And I'm not going to get into the politics of the way I feel either way, but all people are different people. You know, I think if I was in front of anybody, whether they were straight, gay, transgender, a priest, a Muslim guy, it doesn't matter. When it's me and me, mano y mano, I'm looking at him and his soul, or she or her soul. I hope that they're doing the same to me. And can we have a relationship? I actually have a very close friend of mine that's a Muslim that I hunt with, and back when everything was going on, with, the really bad stuff in the world, their ISIS and all that stuff, we didn't even really talk about it ever. We did our own thing and we were us, and I kept to my heart, he kept to his, and we love each other. It's a great guy. Great guy. His name's Oz. I love you, Oz. So anyway, all people are different people. And so know that. That doesn't mean, now again, I'm not getting political here. I'm not saying you have to accept them. When I say accept, I just mean you don't have to, their ideology is different than all people are different people, than knowing that. I don't accept a lot of people the way they act, but I will respect them as a human being. That's all this means. And I think you'll find that, with most people that aren't on a platform preaching to people. I might laugh at somebody that's really weird, but in the same aspect, if I was sitting in a room with them and talk to them, I treat them as a normal person, not as a normal person. I mean, as the same as my level, or I don't even know where I'm rabbit holing here because I'm trying to watch what I say, and not so much to be politically correct. It's just that I'm trying to be, like I said, a better person. See the good in others. Okay, number 2. Golly, doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. That's been so hard. And I got to tell you, I have really done this a lot building my business. And I will tell you, it is so tough. It's so rough. Like, I've had clients that I've refunded that did not deserve a refund, that I would do it. And it was the right thing to do it. And it was whatever. But I've also fought the other way, where I wasn't going to give a caveat to a client or something, or maybe an employee or something. It's like, I know I'm right. And I don't mean I'm right as in principled. I mean, I'm right in principle. I'm not talking about if I make a mistake. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm talking about if I did the right thing and the outcome was this, it wasn't the wrong thing. And I learned from it. And so For instance, I had a lawsuit with an overtime lawsuit many years ago now, and I was paying my people wrong. I wasn't doing it correctly, and I had to fix it. And doing the right thing was not the wrong thing. It was painful. I did it, and whatever. So also when you have to, if you're if you're at a crossroads and you have a choice, do I do the right thing and it's going to be painful and maybe it's a life lesson or maybe it's going to grow me somewhere, but you don't even know what to do, or you have the other way where you can mask it, you can do some things around it, you can kind of cheat a little bit, and you're going to try to get around it. Doesn't work. I mean, you have to sleep with yourself at night. And that's one thing that I've really learned growing my business is I go to bed at night very, very, very healthy in my mind that I know I'm the best person that I could be. And I am not a great person all the time. I can be a complete asshole. I've done some bad things, and I don't mean like going to hell things. I've done some mistakes, but you know what? I learned over the years that doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. All right, number one. We're gonna redo all the way 12 to 2, and then we'll debut number 1. 12. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. I promise you, you'll be a better person. Number 11. Be a goldfish. Forget it. Like a goldfish within 10 seconds. Anything that you did or something wrong, just forget it. Move on. Number 10. Stay teachable. Even if you're the smartest guy in the room, you might still learn something from the least educated person in the room. Number 9, optimists do more. Why? Because they're optimistic to keep trying, because that's when you go, I can do it. Because then 8 is winning as an attitude. If you've got winning as an attitude, optimists do more, boy. If you do more and you're optimistic because wow, you're winning. That's think about just those 8 and 9 alone, just in your business. If you have the winning attitude and you're an optimist, do more. If that's the true statement, wow, think of what you could do and continue to do from here on out. Number 7, tell the truth. I'm not going to say any more about that. I talked enough about tell the truth. All right, 6, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. I've been very vulnerable over my years, and I have told the world, listen to my podcast. You'll hear my vulnerability. I have been there. 5, courage is about being willing to try. Think about that one. God, I love that one. Courage is about being willing to try. Yep. 4, see the good in others. Literally see the good in others. If you can do that, the world will be a better place. And number 3, all people are different people. Number 2, doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. And number 1, are we ready? Drum roll, please. I gotta find a drum roll. If I didn't, okay. But anyway, drum roll that. Believe in yourself. So the one thing I never doubted was myself. Why did I never doubt myself? I'll tell you why I never doubted myself. Because I believe in myself. I've always believed in myself. And if you come to work for me, whether you know me or not, and you never work for me, I believe in you until you give me a reason not to believe in you. I take on, and anyone who I have a personal relationship, I believe in you. And I believe in myself. Because I believe in myself, I know how to believe in everybody else. It's actually, if you want to really look at the believing in yourself to the next level of health and believing in everybody else, it actually, I've done it to a fault at times. I've been burned. But you know what? Every time I get burned, I learned how to not get burned again. And I can still then believe in people. All people are different people. I see the good in others. My vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Because I have a winning attitude, I tell the truth, and I'm optimistic, and I'm very teachable. I forget in 10 seconds that happiness is my choice. I believe in myself, and I hope that you can believe in yourself too. And so that is the podcast today. Everybody, I love every one of my people that listen to me. Thank you. If you are on listening to this on YouTube, leave a comment. I appreciate that. Other than that, guys, hey, 2023, it can be the best year of your life if you choose it to be, and I choose it to be. And I hope that my podcast will help you to understand that it could be the best year of your life too. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week.